This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships.
Junior X30 sports a bumper entry this weekend at Rowrah in Cumbria. Caden McQueen will be hoping to stay at the front of it as well as maintain his lead in the points. And we caught up with him to find out how he plans to do just that.
Yeah, it's been a really good weekend. We struggled yesterday due to a puncture in the final, so we didn't finish. Today's qualifying's gone a lot better. Qualified 4th overall and finished 5th in the heat. We struggled a bit, but we was fast enough, just making a little stupid decision which made us drop back a bit. But overall, yeah, so far so good. Yeah, well, we're a lot more positive mindset today. It's gone a lot quicker and better today, so yeah, it should be good. It's quite start and stop. It's not really nice, fast and flowing. It's good overtaking track, which is good for the racing bit.
Joseph Taylor then has to try and do it all again here, this time trying to better his 4th place from yesterday. Starts from pole alongside his Strawberry Racing teammates Josh Rowledge, and Behrman and Reed on the 2nd row of the grid, McQueen and Gray on row 3, Reggie Dewey one to watch from 7th alongside Alessandro Cerinetti, and Will Murdoch and Douglas Bolger round out the top 10. This is the second final for Junior X30, the last race of the day. Let's see who comes out on top. Up towards the start finish line. Race is on, and a good start from Joseph Taylor from the front row of the grid. His teammate goes to the 2nd place already, into 3rd place possibly, looks to be. Let's try and figure out who that might be going into the complex. It might even be Behrman, I think, up into 3rd place from the 2nd row of the grid from the inside of row 1. Indeed it is. Tyler Reed into 4th place now, it seems, at the moment. A good start also, I think, from Oliver Gray in 5th place. A couple of the Fusion Motorsport carts at the bottom of the top 10 trying to get amongst it, including, I think, Cerinetti, Bolger and Georgia Dimitrov. There's a yellow flag already. There's a couple of carts, 3 or 4 carts have come to strife up at the Idell hairpin. A couple of the carts out of the way already. We'll find out exactly who they were when they come back across the timing screen. But out of the Stuart S's, into Johns, into Sunny for the first time, and it is the Strawberry Racing 1-2 with Taylor ahead of Rowledge into Paddock Bend for the first time at the end of lap 1. So Taylor leads, Rowledge 2nd place, Behrman 3rd, with a 4th place downwards. It's going to be Caden McQueen 4th, Tyler Reed down to 5th, Ollie Gray 6th, then progress for Cerinetti, Bolger and Edgar. Reggie Dewey's down to 10th from starting 7th on the grid. Dimitrov is 11th, Josh McLean 12th, who was yesterday's first final winner. And a few drivers that have dropped way down the order. Trying to look at the order, it's just off the timing screen. So the 4 carts which dropped back down the order are in 31st and 34th, so they've lost out a little bit, but they're circulating. One of them is the 88. In fact, it looks like it's Chris Harnan, Aaron Walker, Alex Moody and Alex Lee with the 4 carts that came to strife. They've got some work to get back into the order. Leaders back into Sunny Corner again for the 2nd time. It's still with Joseph Taylor trying to go 3 places better than he did yesterday, with that 4th place in race 1 being kept honest by his teammate Josh Rowledge. Behrman in 3rd, Caden McQueen championship leader in 4th position. 5th place now for Alessandro Cerinetti with a great start run through the field. Caden McQueen on that first proper flying lap gets the fastest lap of the race, 47.64 with an average lap speed of 48.36 miles per hour. Fastest first and second sectors for Caden McQueen. Fastest final sector went to Max Mayer back in 16th place. It's a big gaggle of carts battling over what looks to be about 6th or 7th place downwards. You can see who's in that mob of carts through there. We'll go to the top 6 for 7th place downwards, it looks to be. So 7th place is Tyler Reed. We've got Tom Edgar, Reggie Dewey, as well as Douglas Bolger, Dimitrov, Josh McLean. There's all sorts of Fusion Motorsport carts in there. There's, in that top 6 of that group, there's 4 Fusion Motorsports carts, but it's all been headed by Tyler Reed. Reggie Dewey's in there as well in the 66 and on the privateer on his Ralph Schumacher kart chassis. Top 6 in groups of 2 now, but they're all starting to close back up again here. So it's still a Strawberry Racing 1-2. Looking back in 3rd place was Oliver Behrman, or Caden McQueen, sorry. You see, Caden McQueen had pointed at Oliver Behrman saying, look, don't fight me, let's go together, let's try and catch the top 2. Let's work together, let's catch both Taylor and Rowledge. Let's see if we can close them down here. So they've made a bit of a pact now. Rather than battle, let's work together. Let's see if we can close the leaders down. careful because behind them is Alessandro Ceronetti, the Italian, and also Oliver Gray in the Dan Holland Racing chassis. They all close, constantly back up again through the apex of paddock. Look at this, 6 of them in a line all together down towards the S's. And Taylor has good defensive. Rowledge is there in second place, but he's under threat from Caden McQueen. Behrman in fourth place now, right on the back of him is Ceronetti and also Gray, Tyler, Reid, Reggie Dewey in ninth place, and Douglas Bolger round out the top 10 with Dimitrov, McLean and Murdoch. And again, no change around the outside goes. Looks to be, I think that was possibly Ceronetti or Gray, one of them, going around the outside line. Looks to be, I think it's all changed again down towards it. But Caleb McQueen's possibly dropped a couple of spots back. Let's try and see how they all shake out. It possibly happened, all kicked off down in McRae. So, coming back into view, down towards St John's and into Sunny's. Look at the order. It's still a Strawberry Racing 1-2. It's now up into third place has gone Caden McQueen, as we mentioned. Behrman fourth. Fifth place now looks to, I think, Oliver. No, it's Ceronetti in fifth, but you might lose that now to Oliver Gray up the inside line. Ceronetti looks across, has to give him the room, and slots back to sixth position. Up in fifth goes Oliver Gray. So that's a change of position. And now to the third place, down the outside goes Caden McQueen. Round the outside of one of the Tony Kart runs, that was possibly Josh Rowledge. Trying to go side by side, here comes Oliver Behrman, defending from the inside line from Oliver Gray, going down the outside of all of them. Goes outside to Ceronetti, gets one kart possibly. Behrman tries to go side by side with McQueen now, so that pack between the two of them has gone straight out the window. They're battling hand over fist for third place now. Again, all this is going to benefit is the top two in front. So still Turner leads the way, still Rowledge in second place. Everyone else behind them wants to be third down to sixth. That's the problem. Down the inside goes Ceronetti. Going Behrman wide. Behrman all over the curbs on the runoff area. He's come under threat from Oliver Gray in sixth position. Down the outside, quick look back from Alessandro Ceronetti as he holds in fourth position. Caden McQueen on the back now of Josh Rowledge in second place, but still Joseph Taylor continues to lead. Up towards McRae's now. This is the seventh lap of this race. Down the outside for third place, he's lost third place. Actually has Caden McQueen to Oliver Behrman. So that's Behrman has third place. Down the outside of all looks to be, I think it's possibly is that Oliver Behrman. He's off the road. He's off on the exit of onto the bark trap on the exit. So I think looking back at it, I think it definitely is now Oliver Behrman, I think, down to sixth place. I'll try and get the proper order of them back into line. Yeah, Behrman's down to sixth now. It is now Tyler Reid up to fourth place now at the expense of Caden McQueen. I think it is. Yes, so Ceronetti's up to third place now. Out of all that sequence, it is now still no change in the top two, but it's now Ceronetti up to third place. Reid is fourth, and again, he's now telling Caden McQueen's giving him the hurry up now. Come on, don't fight me. Go after the top three. Let's catch them and go for it. And Taylor McQueen wants to win this race and possibly try and hold on to his championship lead. Down the outside, trying to get fifth position back again from Oliver Gray. There's a warning gone out to kart 21, which is the leader. So that's a warning for the leader now, Joseph Taylor. For possibly either track limits or it can't be contact, but it's possible for the leader. But the track limits then, it's Ceronetti now getting himself into the mix in third place. Joseph Taylor and Josh Rowledge, that's the constant in this race. The two Strawberry Racing carts not giving up the top two places. And the battle's going on with now Caden McQueen being challenged by Oliver Behrman. And look at the carts behind them. All this battling, it's bringing them into play, because look now at Tyler Reid. He's bringing Reggie Dewey and then the two Fusion Motorsport carts who swap places. That was Tom Edgar and George Dimitrov swapping places across the line. It's now Dimitrov ahead of Edgar, with Josh McLean 11th place, Will Murdoch in 12th. Look at the lead gap now. It's now about 8 or 9, 10 carts for the lead as they come up into the left-hander. Challenge now on for third position now is up the inside. Looks Oliver Gray. Looks to try and make the move. Goes round the outside of the Italian into the Iredale hairpin. Behrman fifth. McQueen tries to get his head down in sixth position. He looks behind him and thinks, oh goodness me, not this lot behind me. He's got carts in front, carts behind him. He's right in the middle of this group, this leading pack. And possibly not exactly where he wants to be. But look at the Fusion Motorsport, the seeding mob from Fusion Motorsport, right behind Tyler Reid in 7th place. And Reggie Dewey's in there as well. He's also giving a bit of a buffer to the leading Fusion Motorsport driver. Another change again between the teammates. That is now McLean up the inside of Tom Edgar. So another position change again. Edgar down to 11th, McLean up to 10th. Yellow flags are out on the run down towards the Stuart S's. Have been contacting a couple of drivers. One driver's been tumbling down the order. I think it looks to be, might be Samuel Hawthorne possibly. Carly Atkins is down towards the tail of the field as well. So I think Carly Atkins and Samuel Hawthorne might be involved in those. And down towards the Stuart S's they go again. This is on lap 10 it looks like. 7.25 minutes to go. And look at the lead train. This is brilliant. About 12 carts battling for the podium place. Only 3 can stand on the rostrum. don't tell these guys that. They're having a fantastic battle fighting amongst themselves. Chiarenetti looks back. Gray looks up the inside line for 3rd place. Behrman holds station in 5th. McQueen 6th. Reed 7th. Dewey 8th. Then the 3 Fusion Motorsport cars, which is headed up by Georgi Dimitrov with McLean and Edgar. Then it's McMurdoch into 12th place. The top 12 are covered by 2.1 seconds. This is a brilliant final race. I'd possibly say the best still last here in Junior X30. We told you it was competitive, and we weren't kidding. 6.5 minutes to go here. Yellow flags down towards Stuart Esses. They're all trying to sort themselves out behind. Looks like possibly Tyler Reed's under threat from maybe Reggie Dewey. No overtaking to Stuart Esses with the yellow flags after the incident, whilst they continue to clear it. So now back down towards St John's into Sunny Bend, and now the top 3 are starting to break away now. So Taylor, Rowrah and Chiarenetti are trying to pull a gap on Oliver Gray here. McQueen's back up to 5th place. Behrman 6th, Reed 7th, Dewey's 8th. Then it's McLean, followed by Dimitrov, followed by Tom Edgar. And now side by side for 11th and 12th. That is going to be, sorry, for 12th and 13th. That is now Walker and Murdoch. And Walker got his nose in front, back up to 11th place. Still yellow flags down at Iredale. DD's come back up towards the Stuart Esses. The DD's come back into Iredale's again. Just under 6 minutes to go. And Chiarenetti could spell a good result here if he gets a chance. Again, no passing into Stuart Esses, as we see that Oliver Gray trying to close in now. Caden McQueen's going to try and bring the group behind him in 5th place downwards, but he's not finding the progress he wants. Oliver Behrman's putting him under massive pressure here into the left-hander at Sunny Corner. It's Tyler Reed. Reggie Dewey's in there as well in the red RS kart chassis, followed by McLean, Dimitrov, Edgar, then Walker and Murdoch. That's the top 13 cars to come through. Look at that. Fantastic battling up and down the field in the top 10. No change in that top 4. It's all for 5th place downward. That's where the main gaggle is. They've realised the more they scrap amongst each other, the harder it's going to be. They're changed for 4th, 5th position. Behrman's got through. Looks like McLean's under threat for one of his teammates behind. I think it might be Reggie Dewey actually, because it's been another change to McLean. I think it's been passed, but has passed Reggie Dewey, so Dewey's down on the spot. So that possibly might be, I think, 9th or 10th position. Into the hair from the Sunnies they go. This is now lap 13. 4 3/4 minutes to go, and another place taken by Fusion Motorsport car and Reggie Dewey. That's the 23 gone past. It's George Dimitrov. Tom Edgar's next. And behind them, trying to look up the inside of Edgar. Here comes the 15, and that is Aaron Walker looking for the position. And he thinks he might just swap it back in behind, so he didn't quite get the move done that time by. Under 4.5 minutes to go, still in the lead. Josh Taylor, who's been leading pretty much from a lights out so far. Rowley 2nd place, Chiarenetti 3rd, but now to the back of the top 3 is Oliver Gray. Fastest first sector of the race, 15.84 for Oliver Gray. And then it's everyone else headed by Caden McQueen for 5th position. Not Oliver Behrman, my apologies. So it's Behrman, then McQueen, then Reed, then McLean. And up the inside goes McQueen, past Behrman. Reed will try and get through on the outside line. And that being said, also trying to take advantage of reopening the doors. McLean slips through and gets through into, looks to be, I think, 7th position. Reed down to 8th. And now closing into the back of them now looks to be George Dimitrov in 9th place. There's yellow flags into the Esses corner. There's a car off the road. I can't quite see who's tumbled down and who it might be. I think it might be Will Murdoch, unfortunately, because he's tumbled down to 28. Well, Will Murdoch has carried on in 27th place. But he's all the way down. He was up there in about 13th place. It's now Kean Shields, the Flying Scotsman, up into 13th place. So Will Murdoch has come to blows with somebody, and we've lost the car on the exit, or on the approach now to the McRae's hairpin. The leaders, there's been a change from 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th between all that sequence. So now it is now telling who leads. Chiarenetti's up to 2nd place by this point now. 3rd place is for Oliver Gray. Rowley is down to 4th. So less than 3 minutes to go. It's all changed in the top 4. McQueen breaking away in 5th from that group behind him. Behrman heads to the next group for 6th with McLean on his tail. Then Reed and Dimitrov. Here comes McLean up the inside of, looks to think that was Oliver Behrman, and gets his nose in front and gets through. He goes Tyler Reed down the outside line, who defends from Tom Edgar behind them as well. That was pretty close. Reggie Dewey's in there as well, not too far away. Trying to get his nose in front. As they come back into the Stuart Esses up towards St John's. And still, the constant is that Joseph Taylor, no matter what he tries, cannot shake off the carts behind. But he's not being passed. More contact behind! That was possible. I think Tom Edgar has gone off the road. And whether there was a bit of a touch there with Tom Edgar, I'm not sure. It's the 70... No, it's the 50. It's 50. Tom Edgar's gone off the road, so he's now down, possibly out of the race, trying to pull that car back onto the road. Yellow flags down into St John's and into the left-hander at Sunny. So Tom Edgar's the one that goes tumbling down the order. That means now it's George Dimitrov 9th, Aaron Walker 10th, Keane Shields up to 11th, Reggie Dewey's down to 12th, Douglas Bolger's up to 13th place down in the 77th. He's been a bit quiet this race. Also, good drive up through the field also from the Spirit of Senna chassis and team, and that is Littlewood. He's up now for what was about 29th position on the grid, up to incredibly, where's he up to now? He's up 19 spots, so he's up 20, it's about 35th on the grid towards the back. He's up 19 spots to what looks to be 14th place. So quick look back from Cherinetti in second place. Gray third, Rowledge fourth, Caleb McQueen fifth. There's McLean, Behrman, Reed, Dimitrov, and then Walker as they head up into the hairpin. And still, Joseph Taylor cannot be shaken from the lead, but can't shake the carts behind him to pull away. It's still Cherinetti giving a really good race here with a minute to go. I think they're going to get possibly, 2 more laps when they come past this time by, I think, because it's now 50 seconds on the clock on my timing screen. Back into the complex at St John's, back through Sunny. So Oliver Gray starting to line up Cherinetti for a pass for second place here. It's coming to the final couple of laps. This is where it all has to happen. Across the line, Cherinetti looks back, sees ground his rear bumper into the S's. 4th place still for Rowledge. Caden McQueen 5th, McLean in 6th, Behrman 7th, Reed 8th. And then we've got Tyler Reed is down to 9th place, and Aaron Walker 10th ahead of Keane Shields, his Strawberry Racing teammate. Change for second because Oliver Gray has got past Cherinetti. So Gray now into P2, gets his head down, tries to chase after Joseph Taylor. He wants a lights to flag victory. He's going to hold on for another lap in a bit. The clock is got 5 seconds to go now. They're going to hit 0 when they get into St John's. Clock hits 0 now. So this will be the last lap next time by. They'll take the last lap board this time by, and Joseph Taylor has held on for this entire race, but Oliver Gray closing in on the start of the last lap. He looks back, that's how far Oliver Gray back is now as they come into the S's for the final time, and Oliver Gray is on it now. He's supposed to pull the pin, here he comes, up towards McRae, takes a slightly wider entry into the hairpin, now down towards Iredale. You can pass down the outside here, and he might try and make a move here. Gray thinks about it, tries to take the time to run, trying to go around the outside. It's Cherinetti, who does go around the outside with a great move with the grip on the outside line, gets to second place. He could win this if he gets a good run down towards the Stuart S's, into the complex for the final time. There's half a lap to go into it. Taylor's led all the way through. Rowledge is back into the mix in 4th place. Cherinetti second, but all this battle may just lead Joseph Taylor to take a lights to flag victory. You might look back and see the 3 of them battling. Rowledge back up the inside for 3rd place. Reed loses out and gets into 3rd place. There's more contact. Reed hits the back of Rowledge's curb, but a fantastic lights to flag win. Joseph Taylor wins the 2nd final for Junior X30 this weekend at Rowrah. 2nd place for Alessandro Cherinetti, and a brilliant last gasp move for Josh Rowledge to take 3rd place in the final step on the podium. Oliver Gray gets 4th. Caden McQueen finishes 5th. Championship leader falling back a little bit in the second half of the race. The rest of the top 10 comes rumbling through. A stunning lights to flag victory for Joseph Taylor, whose performance this weekend has delighted the Strawberry Racing team. Now the hope will be for his strong form to continue as the Junior X30s head to Wigan as their next port of call in 2019.
This weekend we've earned quite a bit of championship points. Yeah, we're on our way back to the top 3, so should be a good end of the championship for me. So I managed to battle out with Gray and finish out on top. So a really good weekend, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of Fusion Motorsport and my dad.
I haven't had the best of starts to the championship, so hopefully we can improve on that in the next few rounds. Yesterday was really difficult with a bad result in the heat at the DNF, but today's been really good. We qualified 2nd overall. and won every race we've been in, so really positive day for me.